So, hi, I'm Patrick McMullon. I guess this is 11 months post-op here in Winnipeg, meeting again with the spine surgeons from Germany. They're doing a cross-country tour, meeting with potential future patients, so I figured I would come down here and share my story again. At the time I was injured last summer, towards the end of June, I was working as a paramedic in rural Manitoba. And unfortunately, due to an awkward lift at work, I ended up herniating my L5 S1 disc pretty severely. My symptoms included lots of numbness, tingling in both my legs. I had loss of bladder control. I had intense back pain. And I knew just by trying to go through the system in Canada that it was going to take way too long and that permanent damage was more than likely going to start setting in. So we decided to start seeking treatment elsewhere, and that's how we landed on ONZ Spine in Germany.
So what sort of things came into play that led you to go to ONZ?
Just from working, I was working in the healthcare field at the time, so I kind of had a bit of a better idea of what my wait times would be like. And knowing my condition, I knew that the clock was sort of ticking in terms of permanent damage setting in. And we had heard through a lot of different locals that have also been through ONZ that if you were going to go somewhere for back surgery, that was the place to go. So we hopped on the computer one evening and started up our research, and away we went.
And once you finally made that decision that, ONZ is the place that I want to go, what was the process like? What sort of help did you receive in order to get you set for the journey?
So I was put in contact with a liaison named Ken Hebert, and he just so happened to actually live in the town right next to me. He was 5 miles away, so it made communicating with him very easy, and he essentially got everything set up for us. All I had to do was provide a couple x-rays and an MRI, and from there within 24 hours of submitting that to ONZ, they had a full surgery plan, costs, details on what the surgery would involve, what rehab would be like, and it was the most organized thing I think I've ever been a part of.
And once you landed in Germany, you were obviously had a lot of opportunity to speak with your surgeon prior to your surgery. What was that experience like?
It was really good. We just got to sit in a room. It was really casual. Got to talk about the surgery that I was going to be getting the next day, possible risks and different outcomes that they've seen. They answered any other questions that I might have had. I had done quite a bit of research going into there, so I knew pretty well what I was getting myself into. So there wasn't too many hidden surprises. Again, with the detail that they had sent me prior to even going there, everything was pretty laid out and well detailed.
And so after your surgery, you spent a few days in hospital, obviously doing some initial recovery, moved you to rehab. What were your thoughts on how rehab went?
The rehab was just probably one of the most unbelievable experiences I've had in my life. It was full days of, you start at 8, finish at 4. It was kind of like going to school. They had a schedule set up, so I would see all types of different specialists throughout the day. And it was really probably the best part of my rehab was that week I got to spend at the Medicos facility.
And so based on your experience, Patrick, would you recommend ONZ and Medicos to others who are seeking better health options for themselves?
Oh, 100%. Like I say, it hasn't even been a year yet post-op, and I'm already back to doing everything I was doing before I got injured. I'm back to riding my mountain bike, my road bike, working at the farm, lifting bales, lifting chemical boxes. Basically, it allowed us to get back to a normal life without having to wait in Canada to possibly never even get to that point.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing your story, Patrick.
Yeah, no problem.